The Gorge, Review Part 1, Cinematic Imagination. Audiences who watched The Gorge seem to fall into two camps. Some say too many genres are clashing. Others say the acting was great, but what was the story even about? To some, it's a love story. To others, a war film. And for many, just a strange, oddly beautiful piece of cinema. But what if this film wasn't trying to fit into a genre at all? What if it was trying to show us something we haven't imagined before? I'd like to explore this film from the perspective of its cinematic imagination, what it dares to envision. The setup is not what you expect from the very beginning. The movie whispers a question. Why are the US and Russia sworn rivals watching each other's backs across a cliff? It's not peace, it's not war, it's something stranger. A kind of coexistence built on watching and waiting. These two superpowers are guarding something, this gorge. What lies in this gorge that would compel bitter enemies to work together? In our world, the US and Russia rarely agree, but here they stand united, holding the line. So naturally, we draw from what we've seen in sci-fi before. Aliens, zombies, mutated humans crawling from a subterranean world. That's where our imagination goes. One day, Levi, stationed in a watchtower, finds a forgotten bookshelf buried in dust. He pushes the shelf aside behind it. Words are carved into stone. Loneliness, when alone, means you haven't been with the right person. Jean-Paul Sartre, Jasper D. Drake, Levi's predecessor. Everything except unbearable reality is a dangerous drug. Capt. Connolly Getty, 1986. Only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far they can go. T.S. Eliot, Capt. Bradford Shaw, 1947. One name stands out: Bradford Shaw, 1947. The first officer stationed when the gorge was created. His words aren't quotes. They're echoes, fragments of something unspeakable. 1947, why that year? It was the birth of the Cold War. The CIA was formed. The Marshall Plan launched. Roswell, something fell from the sky. In silence, the film asks, what was this gorge built to contain? Was our greatest fear not the enemy above ground, but the thing we buried beneath it? Then the monsters. Snipers appear not aiming at generals or rebels, but at something else entirely. On both sides of the gorge, the only communication is through a scope. Not to shoot each other, but to understand each other. Not to aim in hatred, but to search with curiosity. Naturally, romance begins to brew. Levi and Drasa learning each other's names, even from such isolated distance. But from the depths creatures rise, twisted, bark-skinned humanoid figures. And the audience wonders what's down there. A monster, an alien, or something far more human. And the drone appeared. That isn't our times. While diffusing a mine, Levi spots something float toward him. A strange, noiseless drone. No blades, no rotors, no heat. It floats silently, as if drawn by something ancient. It isn't surveillance. It's a mirror, not a tool of war, but an invitation to imagine. Modern drones like the Black Hornet or Skydio can navigate tight spaces. But nothing exists that floats like this, hovers this quietly, or stares with such alien intention. This isn't tech, it's myth, a mechanical eye staring into guilt itself. Amid all this, something soft enters. Drasa plays piano in December's stillness. Levi builds a Christmas tree from a broken light bulb. Their words aren't spoken aloud. They're exchanged through crosshairs. This isn't a love story, it's a memory. Levi and Drasa hoping to be remembered, but viewers feel torn. Just moments ago, we saw monsters climbing cliffs, drones floating like ghosts, guns firing without hands, and now romance. The director says nothing, but the film whispers. Beyond fear, beyond machines, beyond broken ethics, something still survives. Emotion, even if it doesn't fit the genre, even if it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it just seeps in. But as a viewer, I still feel uneasy. Romance has entered. Yes, but weren't there monsters just moments ago? In stories like this, danger often returns the moment we lower our guard. Let's meet again in the next review.